This movie was pretty bad. It, I don't know why people like this movie so much. It doesn't have the best tomato score on either side, but from what I've heard from anybody that's watched this movie, they usually like it, which I don't understand why. It's just sex joke after sex joke because I guess that's funny. And if it's not a sex joke, it's a racial stereotype with a black guy that smokes and doesn't have a father in his life. And if it's not that, it's a gay joke with the character that is supposed to be the knockoff of Stu, I'm pretty sure. Because, Billy's named Bobby. Because those are pretty similar. And then Stu is Ray. But later, when they reveal themselves as the killers or whatever, he uses one of Billy's lines, and Bobby uses one of Stu's lines. They also constantly have, gay jokes with him throughout, the entire movie, just for it to be, near the end of the movie, him say he's not gay. Because I guess that's funny. There's a scene where he tries to get his girlfriend to dress more masculine, and there's jokes about anal. And then literally every scene with him is some joke about him being gay, telling dudes they have a nice ass when they're naked, wanting to go to the showers with a bunch of men. All that stuff, and then in the end, it's just yeah, he's not actually gay, but Bobby is. Ha ha, that's so funny. And I get it's a parody, but come on, you could have made the movie a little violent. It's rated R. And then they have the oh so funny straight up transphobia in this movie. Not just, it's a poorly aged movie that had a slur in it that wasn't considered a slur at the time. They just straight up have transphobia. They have a character named Mrs. Mann. They make her predatory. And they have a joke about how her ball sacks are hanging out of her pants. Yeah, that's not middle school humor at all. And she never shows up again because they got rid of their one fucking dumbass joke. And then, there's a few sexual assault jokes in this movie. Very weird. There's also this joke that goes on for way too long where Ghostface tries to kill someone and she, gets hurt, several times. She gets stabbed and she's like, oh, is this the part where I'm bleeding? And then eventually she, literally gets killed and her head cut off and she's like, oh, is this the part where I'm dead and my head's cut off? God, it's not funny. And she was supposed to be the knockoff of, Tatum. But in the end, someone else gets Tatum's death, the garage door scene. Oh, and what a surprise, it's a fat joke. I also don't even get another thing right about the Scream movie. Where, the party's supposed to be at Stu's house because school gets canceled because of the killings. But in this movie, it's at Sydney's house. So they can have jokes about how Sydney's dad smokes weed and it's illegal during this movie, so it didn't really age well. Because it's legal now. And, they literally do one of the small details from the Scream movie, yet fucked it up somehow. Because in Scream 1, when Billy sneaks into the room, and then eventually he hides, when the dad comes. And then not too long after, he turns music on. Well, he turns the music on so Stu, while he's in the Ghostface costume downstairs, will kidnap Sydney's dad. I almost said mom, even though her mom's dead. And that's why he turns the radio on. In this movie, he turns the radio on for literally no reason. Because apparently he kidnapped her dad and then put her dad in Sydney's closet and just left him there. They literally say it too, that they shoved him in Sydney's house's closet. Like, she just never looked in the closet or never heard him or anything. That's just insane and dumb. And it's not just like a scary movie parody dumb. It's just dumb. They don't even acknowledge how dumb that is. Really don't know why they did that. They also, kind of parody I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it's hardly relevant. Hardly. Like, they make fun of one scene. No, actually, two scenes. I don't really count the scene where they flash back to, them accidentally killing the guy. I don't count that. Because that's just how it starts. It's kind of their little setup of their other dumb story. But they have like the scene where the dude gets killed and the other scene. Also, Shorty is apparently supposed to be Randy, even though he doesn't act like Randy at all. There's also two scenes where they parody Scream 2 and Scream 3 for some reason. One of each. The one where, like, Stu's knockoff character gets a dick in his ear. An homage to, Scream 2, where the dude got stabbed in the head with a knife. Even though that's, a completely different character. And they also show that, the one character get killed. Just like in the movie theater. Except instead of, people surprised that she got killed, they thought she was faking it and stuff. In this, she just, like, talks too much, so they kill her. And they parody Scream 3 at the end with, like, Shorty apparently died from Bobby shooting him. Unlike in Scream 1. He doesn't die until the sequel. But, yeah, he died from that apparently. Because Bobby is like, I didn't want to kill anyone but you. Shorty was unfortunate. Or something like that. And then the movie ends with, like, Shorty and this tape. And all these rules that they have to follow. Just like Scream 3, where they brought back Randy one more time. One last time. Because that was, died in the previous movie. This movie just isn't really good. I'm probably not even going to watch anymore. I might watch the sequel just to see if it's decent, but I kind of don't want to just because of the transphobia. One thing, if this movie just fucking sucked balls and did a few unfunny racial stereotypes, but seriously? Why was that needed? They also have a character called Doofy that's a knockoff of Dewey that's just very ableist. It's just a very ableist take on people with disabilities, and they even call him the R slur. And not in the medical term like it used to be way, in a slur way. That's really all I had to mention. All else I had to mention. I just forgot about that.